Welcome associates, gather on the stand. This trial's a circus, but I've got a plan. Not a grifter, still worse than Dan. Hopscotch squares, don't trip, don't fall. BK in a felony, I've heard it all. Shake it, magic 8 ball. Tell me the truth, will justice call? Me be the diva, she's running the show. To Capone and Meg, yeah, everybody knows. Fat, we're fat, well, nobody knows. What the corn echoes as the chaos grows. My credibility left in a vehicle. Hopscotch squares, don't trip, don't fall. BK in a felony, I've heard it all. Shake it, magic 8 ball. Tell me the truth, will justice call? What the corn echoes as the chaos grows. My credibility left in a vehicle.
I was sleeping.
Hello. I was not sleeping. I was trying to get ruffled start. Sorry. Gabby and I were having quite the conversation before I hit go.
Oh my god.
Oh, happy Monday, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Squid, thank you for the pre-show raid. I wish I would have been here. So, calamari raid.
That was fun.
Oh, goodness gracious. Hello, Christine. Hello, Flash Fan. What's up, Heidel? Oh my goodness. Hello, Bad Dazzer. You're loving it. You're loving it. Mr. Snipe.
I'm loving it. I saw that. Yeah, trust me. I tried to ignore it.
What's up, Haley? Oh, goodness. Gabby and I were discussing the defendant's testimony that we watched last week. Sorry to torture you guys for however long that stream took to get through. That was awful. And, yeah. So, we were...
Oh my god, so funny.
What's up, whoever? She was sleeping. Wake up. We were discussing the defendant's red room.
Yep. Yep.
Yes,
yeah.
I saw that title and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah. Gabby said it was covered in actual blood, and she was just sitting in the middle of it reading children's books, and I said, and sewing masks.
To all of her mounted man heads on the wall.
What's up, Ash? Then
Hey,
I said,
hello, Ash. Here.
hello. People were like, we don't need those masks anymore. And she's like, no, these are like made with chloroform. These are for the kidnapping kit. So, sorry.
Free dipped chloroform rags.
Yes.
Comes with a
Where'd you go?
a red rum duck.
There you are.
A red rum duck. A red rum mask.
A red rum duck. I like that. That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know why I said that. Can you imagine? I already have enough problems with birds. Okay? I don't need some problem with ducks now.
I can imagine red rum ducks. But anywho.
Slice all white.
I thought she was gonna say that too, Haley. I thought she was gonna say
What?
I thought she was gonna say Merc. Haley thought you were gonna say Merkin.
Oh. I was gonna say that, but I didn't. That's why you couldn't hear me for a second, because I was thinking about what I was gonna say. Which rarely happens. Usually I just let it out of my mouth, and then I'm like, wait, what did I just say? Oh yeah, that was wrong.
Oh yeah, that's me all the time. What happened when the power came back on? I turned the AC on because it was like 80 degrees in my house and it was quite warm. No. So the electric, the power, it's great. I love it. I got a gnat flying in my face. And I will never talk crap about it ever again.
She's like, knock on wood.
Yeah, ever, ever, ever. Because Friday was ridiculous. I had plans. I had plans for Friday. And not having power
I had things to do.
wasn't one of them. So I left because it said on the outage map that the truck had arrived. So I'm like, all right, fine. I got to go run some errands. I'm going to go do that, come home, power back on. I can do everything else I need to do and get the day, like, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So I get back home and I had to, my garage door opener actually come to find out later, it had a battery backup in it, so it probably would have worked, but I'd already unlocked it and raised the door, which the door's, I don't know, the door is very heavy, so like I couldn't even open it all the way, because plus if I did, I wouldn't be able to reach it to get it back down. But anyway, so I come back and I put the door up and I walk into the garage and I'm like, the lights didn't come on where the garage, like the sensors. Yeah. So I'm like, we still don't have power. So I'm sitting in my car. I'm sending my husband a text to tell him, like, hey, we still don't have power. And my car says, it alerts me and says something is approaching on the passenger side. And I'm like,
what?
There better not be. So I like look in my side mirror and I'm like, there's nobody there. And I was like, all right, car, whatever. And then I look up in front of me and my husband is standing in the garage in front of me.
I would have friggin' flipped out. I would have thrown something at him.
I was like,
oh my God. Did you jump?
I did, because he pulled into the driveway. I didn't hear that. He didn't open his door because mine was open. He walks beside me. My car tells me, hey, there's somebody there beside you. I don't see anything. And then all of a sudden I look up and he's in front of me and he's just looking at me because I've been on my phone. And I was like, I was literally just texting you.
Yeah, that is so creepy. I would have been like, you're an effing creep. Why did you do it like that, you weirdo?
He was having a really bad day. So I was just, he came down to hook up the generator real quick because by that time,
that was nice of him.
Yeah, we would have lost everything in the freezers and the refrigerator. So, so he was doing that.
Man's dream. He would have been sitting at the countertop eating everything.
Yes, that's what I was doing. I was listening
to heavy metal music.
He's lucky he didn't get murked. Yeah, it was creepy because I'm like, all right, fine. If there's a ghost in the garage, you can't come inside. Yeah. That is where you stop. You stay out here.
Honestly, I would have preferred it to be a ghost. Because if I look at Mr. Gabby does that crap to me all the time. I hate it.
Haley, I generally am. Because I preach that. I have said that during this trial. She should have known that woman was following her. Mm-hmm. But I was in my garage and I generally close, like I'll pull in and then shut the door. But I pulled in and I was just letting my husband know, like, hey, we still don't have power. And that the truck, I didn't see the truck. So he was, there was no truck. They had not arrived. And then there was nothing. So they weren't en route. They were nothing.
So they a liar, plans for hire.
Absolutely. So
rude.
We're kind of like, all right, great. Because we joke, but it's not a joke, that we never know if the power's out for 30 minutes or if it's going to be out for 3 days. Like we just, when it goes off, we don't know. Yep. So I think he got home about 4 and I was in the kitchen because we have a gas stove. So I was able to use the top of it and was getting stuff ready for the weekend, food-wise. And he said they're down at the end of the driveway and they are the trucks down the end of the driveway working on the line. I'm like, okay, that's weird. I mean, I didn't see any damage. Apparently it stormed. Apparently I slept through it. I don't know. But so I was sleeping, and then so we're sitting there talking, and it actually was a pretty nice day that day. That we had a good breeze. It didn't get super hot until the evening.
Yeah.
And then it's like the breeze stopped, like everything just got hot. So the windows were open. We're sitting there talking, and all of a sudden we hear this big pop. And I turned around and I looked at my husband, and he was like, looked at me, and then he said, I'll be right back. And he went outside because he wanted to make sure that he didn't mess up something in the generator that backfed the line, so that when they turned it on, that can injure a lineman. So you've got to be really careful about that. And so he came back in and he said, I don't see anything messed up. Like, he knows what he's doing. So we're just kind of sitting there and nothing's happening. So we thought maybe they had tried to turn the power on and something happened.
Yeah.
So we ended up obviously grilling out because so we made BLTs, nothing big. We're eating outside because it was cooler, and we come back inside to put the dishes away, and I'm like, I see before we came back in, I saw the neighbor. She kind of lives back further than we do, so we both have really long driveways, but she always gets mad if people come down her driveway too fast. And she took off like a bat out of hell down her driveway, and I looked at my husband, I said, she hates it when people fly down her driveway. So I was just kind of laughing about it. And then next thing I know, she's in our driveway. And I'm like, okay. So I go out and I'm talking to her, and she said, when they came to tell me, they had told me that the power was back on. And she said, she had been out mowing. So we have pine trees in between our properties.
Yeah.
And there's lines that run through two of the pine trees, like between them. And not my fault that they've not kept those things cut back. They've cut them back before. But anyway, this poor little innocent buzzard was either sitting on the line when they turned it on and he was the pop, or he landed on it and made the connection. Anyway, he was the pop. Because she said, we are the only two houses that don't have power. And I tried, what she was driving so fast for is she was trying to catch them before they got out of our area.
Right.
And she said, so I didn't get them. I call, and they're like, well, I don't have any way to talk to the trucks. And she's like, that's bullshit. And I said, yeah, it's called dispatch. And she's like, so they probably won't be out here for the rest of the weekend. I knew they would come back, like, as soon as they got a report that the power was out. So I think it was almost an hour later, I see the trucks come up our driveway, and I told my husband, like, the trucks are out there. So he goes and tells them what happened. And they were like, they started laughing. They said, what are the chances?
Yeah.
Like, well, pretty damn good, because we have no power, and there's apparently nothing left of the bird. I didn't go look. I don't know.
Buzzard, it's what's for dinner.
Yeah, it wasn't. Oh, the bird was cooked. I don't think there was much. But the neighbors said there was nothing left of the bird. I have no idea.
It was just his legs just grasping.
I have no idea.
Grasping the line. They're still up there. Can't,
I told my husband, I said, they're going to come cut the tree, which is fine. I don't care that they cut the tree back. It looks crappy, but I don't care. And also, it's not our fault that they haven't kept that clear. And so he sends me a text today, and he said, you were right. And I was like, I know, but about what? He
really,
said,
obviously, but yeah, more.
I didn't need you to tell me, but what? And he said, they called me today and said they're coming to cut the tree because our power goes out so often. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I was right. And he goes, I said you were right. And I was like, oh, I was just making a record. Like, I just wanted it on the record. So then I got to thinking about it, and I was like, listen, come cut the branches out of the tree. I don't care about that. But don't blame me for all the power outages that happen around here, because you're never in my yard working on the lines. It's not like you're constantly in that spot working on the lines. The power goes out here because a freaking, I don't know, skunk farts. I have no idea. Like, it goes off all the time.
Yeah, same over here.
And it's just what happens.
Wind blows the wrong way.
Yes.
It's like power's out.
I mean, my road is, I live in a wooded area, so there's trees freaking everywhere. And, I mean, it just takes a branch or, who knows? I don't know. But I was like, whatever, just come.
Poor Buddy the buzzard had to...
Buddy the buzzard. I mean,
Buddy
it's
the
like...
buzzard had to have them come trim the tree.
I think my guess is either he was sitting on it, or his wings could have made the connection between two lines. I don't know. Because they can do that. But, yeah. So, I don't know. But then today, after I said, yes, I was right, my husband comes home, and I said, I saw there was something coming for you in the mail today, and I think I know what it is. And he goes, you do. And I said, son of a bitch. I was like, are you kidding me? And he goes, I'm not kidding you. Remember I told you there's a trial coming up next month?
Yeah.
That I was like, pick me. Guess who freaking got a letter
for
jury? He got it. He's like, why me? He goes, I've got you sitting here. He goes, do you think we could go down there and be like, she's open. She can do it. Like, her schedule's wide open.
That happens all the time.
You want her.
All the time.
Yeah. You want her. And I was like, you jerk. How can you do that to me?
That happened with me and Caleb, too, a couple years ago. He got jury duty, and I didn't. His got canceled eventually. They canceled it. They didn't need him anymore. But still, he always gets it. Every 3 years, he gets it. Like clockwork.
I was like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. I said, your job will get you excused anyway. So, whatever. He was reading the questionnaire off to me. He's like, it's like, can you read and understand English? He's like, I guess.
He should have put C.
Yes.
Just write all answers in different languages.
Yes.
Write it as Russian or something.
You're funny, Flash fan. That will never happen. That will never happen from my courthouse, I can tell you. We've had a couple of big trials, especially for this area there, and I can tell you it won't happen. But, yeah, I'm just like, I was like, stop stealing all my thunder. He goes, I don't want your thunder. Like, I don't want any of this. I would gladly give it to you if I could.
That's what I said to Caleb.
I said, I can't believe it.
And my best friend, Lindsay, got the same jury duty at the same courthouse the same day.
That's crazy.
Because my friend Lindsay goes, I got jury duty for trial court in New Bedford. And I was like, where? She's like, wow. I was like, Caleb got the same thing. She goes, this courthouse? And I was like, yes. The same courthouse? Oh my God. At least I'll know someone.
Yeah, it won't be televised. I can promise you it won't be. I don't even think they have a feed up on like a Zoom feed that you can see. Yeah, there's.
Hey, look, that's Mr. Hicks.
He will be like, I'll murk you if you do that to me. I'll just tell you that right now. That's what he would say.
Just make signs outside the courthouse, Mr. Ham, Mr. Ham. No, we won't give out his real name. We'll just call him Mr. Ham. He'll be the only one who knows. Hey, Deidre.
Boston sucks, by the way.
Yeah, because you tried to drive through it, didn't you? I told you not to bring a dang car in that city. Every other city set up like a grid. Boston set up like, well, good luck, mother beeper, because you ain't getting through here. That's why you don't drive in Boston.
I want to be on the jury for one case that took 30 plus years to solve. It was a big case back home. They changed venues. Of course they did. Hey, I would not put that up as a bet, Flashman. Indiana has shown trials. So it's just not going to be this one. Or I'll tell the judge. What'd she say? If your husband gets on the jury and gets televised, we'll dox him. Or I'll tell the judge he's been talking about the trial and get him kicked. I'm just telling you, like, his job, he can be an essential worker thing, whatever, and they'll say, like, okay. But, yeah. I'm like, maybe
That's
you can
what made me laugh so hard about Carmen having jury duty.
I know. Was that not ridiculous? I'm like, just wear your uniform. And then they'll be like, no, no, no. And she said, I can't. Yeah. Like, I can't do that. Oh, I'm telling you, they'll get one. I don't know if there has been one or not. But maybe. But yeah, I don't even know what happened with that. And I don't know if because he said jury duty for 2026. I'm like, you're on, like, for the rest of the year? And he said, I don't know. I said, well, I think that's how, like, the neighboring county does it. I think it's for a year. But if you do, like, if you serve, then you're done. I don't think you have to serve, like, you can't be called multiple times to serve. But you could be called, whatever in that year. But I have no idea because I don't know. I didn't get a questionnaire.
Rude.
I was just like, and the entire almost 34 years that we have been married, I've been selected for jury duty once, but it was in the neighboring county, and we had just moved to this county, so it didn't matter. It's like, and I had 2 small kids. Like, I couldn't do it anyway. He's never had to do it. And then the one I wanted, he gets it. I'm like, that's the only trial I know that's coming up. I know it's coming up next month because they couldn't seat the jury the first time because people here around here apparently aren't scared of summons. Like, to be summoned to jury duty and not show up. Dang. So, it's just insane.
Well, the thing with Boston, Ash, is you have to not drive in it. If you're not driving in it and you're walking in places where, that are, there's a lot of history there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of things to do in Boston. You just got to know where to go and where not to go and what not to bring, which would be a car. Other than that, it's great.
I was in Boston when I was in 8th grade. I obviously was not driving, but we drove to Boston from here, and my dad drove. And I'm like, I am not a city girl.
It's always under construction. That's the thing, is it's always under construction. Your GPS will always be like, reroute. It'll drive you nuts. You're best to just park at a neighboring city and take the train in and walk. Hi, Frankie.
I don't know about the trial. I just know I don't know any details that happened. I know that it was supposed to have happened already, but they couldn't seat a jury. And that's what I know about the trial. So I know there was, I don't even know when, a year ago, maybe, there was a deceased person was found in our area. I have no idea who they suspect, who they arrested for it, who the person was, who the suspect is, why it happened, how it happened. Any of that sort of information, I have no clue. I just know that it happened. But it doesn't matter because they didn't pick me. Jerks. But somebody who did get picked on, I guess, or whatever. I don't know even how to describe this defendant anymore after that testimony we watched last week. That was horrid.
I know how to describe her.
Screeching? Oh my gosh. It's like, that was the worst. That was the worst. Oh, no thank you. People seem to just magically die up there for some weird reasons.
I'm good.
Good.
I don't think I'll ever go there.
I don't even want to ever go there. Like,
there's just some states that I'm just never going to go to because of certain things that I just know about.
Well, you can come to the rest of the state.
I'm not gonna go there.
The rest of the state's not like that. Just that's a
no.
weird
I mean, like
part.
You know what I mean, like counties or towns or whatever. You're
Yeah.
just like, can you go there? No, I'm not even
Good.
going
Okay.
that one.
Like today, that happened. I have not had any. I've not watched any news.
A B-52 bomber crashed shortly after taking off from base close to Los Angeles. Apparently.
That sucks.
That sucks.
I did not know that. All right. So after we've heard the screeching and the whining and complaining, but no defense from the defendant, I think she was going for a crime of passion. She didn't even get there for me. I could understand that more, but that's not what, I don't think that's what her defense is necessarily. She seemed to be going more for a self-defense. That's what I mean to say.
Yeah.
Against somebody who was trapped in their seatbelt in their car, who she took out, and she only had like one little scratch right here.
Yeah.
If you
also, it's like,
whatever
hey,
that was. Yeah, like, hey, I live in a small town, and I live in a rural area. The hills don't have eyes, and we're not all crazy meth heads. I promise.
Yes, exactly, Flash fan. Exactly. Don't ever go there. There's nothing special there, trust me. There's nothing really great about Canton.
But she confronts it. Yes. Crime of passion. She used a knife, not a dildo.
Nice. I like what you did there with the dildo. That was brilliant.
Oh, Frank, did I say hi to you? If I didn't,
I said
my
hi.
apologies. If I didn't say hi to you, Frank, I apologize.
Playing trivia, right? You don't have to press 1.
But yes, the truck did smell of smoke. She mentioned that 1,000 times. Like,
to Frankie.
To Frank.
I love it.
What's up, Valhalla? What did you just walk into?
Too much.
Too much.
Too much.
Be glad you're here today and not last week, because your ears would have been bleeding when you left. And not in a good way. You would have been like, I don't know what the hell's going on over there. I don't know. I don't know. But what's up, Valhalla? I mean, there could be. Canton, Ohio. Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think I would ever go there either.
I might avoid all cantons.
I might just avoid Ohio altogether because that's where I got lost.
That's where I got stuck. Yes, but for days and days. And it was funny. My husband and I were talking about that trip tonight before I start streaming.
I saw signs for every town, every mention by TB and KR. Trial though. Yeah.
Hey Jay, I just noticed I typed 1. I don't know where that came from. I don't know either. It's funny. I was like, 1. I'm sorry, I didn't see you. I didn't say hello.
I thought maybe he was like confused. Thought he was at Grandma's house playing trivia or something.
Yeah. Hey, there's a good Canton in Ohio, or at least there's good in Ohio. Sorry. Or at least some of the people. I didn't find any bad people in the weird town that we were in that was so very friendly. And the other town...
I thought you didn't find any people. That
we didn't find any people in was where we got gas. Yeah. The first town we were in, they were like so freaking nice, except there was one person. And he just wasn't not nice. He just was a complainer. And then... So we leave that nice town, get out into the middle of freaking nowhere where it's like, did we come this way? Did we come in this way?
did we do this on purpose?
Like what's happening? Why does nothing look the same? And then we went to the other little teeny tiny town that thankfully had gas after we got past the gas station on the corner with bars all over it that was closed and didn't have diesel anyway, but that was weird.
That was clearly a secret prison.
That was weird. I'm like, who's in there? And why? What do you got in there? I don't want to know. Just keep going. And then the really little, it was just quaint. Had all these pretty old houses. And I mean, like, the church, the postcard, that would be on the postcard, and then all the old time streetlights that I watched come on. I'm like, that's why I was like the Twilight Zone guy. Where is he?
Yeah,
because he's gonna be like, picture it.
Picture it.
This couple.
What's her name? It's gonna be Sophia from Golden Ghost Picture It. Sicily, 1917.
These idiots think they're getting out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wasn't sure.
I'm sure there are great people in Ohio.
Oh, absolutely. I'm telling you, the town that we got the car from, nicest people ever. And I can't say anything bad about where we got gas because I didn't see any people.
Once you leave the East Coast and even probably where you live, that people just become a little bit nicer and nicer and nicer. As far away from the East Coast as you get, the nicer people get, I
think that's probably true.
No, it is. My husband said that because he went traveling 2008 and cross country. And people had met him and they were like, oh, where are you from? And he's like, Massachusetts. And they were like, no, you're not. Because he's like the nicest guy ever. You would never think that he was from Massachusetts. Like he's like a hippie dude, like, it's hilarious. So everyone was like in awe of him.
Well, yeah, because like when the college students come back and the East Coast seem to come back first, dealing with them in the restaurants, I feel bad for the service people. And I remember dealing with them when I worked in the pharmacy. It was like, well, I have to catch a flight. Yep. And everyone else here also has a life.
Yeah, and you're like, that's not my problem.
Yeah. So it's like, guess what? You're going to wait.
Me as a crosswalk woman, okay? That's all I got to say.
Yes.
Move your ass.
I promise out here, you will not hear a banjo unless everybody's out having a good time. But I've never heard a banjo out here. So, I'm telling you. Welcome to the Twilight Zone. Where it is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone. And I was there.
She's like, make a left, make a left, make a right, but somehow it was still a left, and then they ended up at the same gas station. Freaky.
I couldn't take you back there if I tried. I'm telling you.
I'm glad, because I never want to go there.
I think it disappeared. Like, we left, and it vanished. It doesn't disappear. I didn't hear in my defense, his car, so because of the price of gas, and we can't afford, diesel here is outrageous.
Oh,
and
that's crazy.
So we could not, it was cheaper for us to go buy a used, slightly used, it had 3,000 miles, electric car for him.
No, AJ was like, it was cheaper for us to go buy a whole tanker of gas.
It was. But so his car is quiet and my car is quiet because I don't drive enough. He jokes that he has a diesel truck, he has an electric car, so he's like, nobody can figure out where I stand politically. And I'm like, I don't give a shit what people think about where I stand politically because I drive an electric car. I drive it because I can afford the electricity to charge it versus gas.
Yeah, but you sound like the Jetsons when you're backing up.
Actually, mine is it sings to you. It's funny, but that's why I didn't hear him.
Those things are so weird. I was next to one, didn't realize I was next to one, getting out, and I was looking around. I was like, where's that? Is that a bug? And I kept looking around. I'm like, oh my God, it's this car. Why does it sound like the Jetsons are driving by me? It was such a weird noise.
Yeah, so his makes a noise up to, I think, a certain speed. Mine will only make a noise if it senses something is around you. Now, I was in my garage, so the sensor going off was that there's something over there, not the noise.
Yeah.
So I didn't. So there was nothing but silence around me, which sometimes I will say is nice, but it's not when your car's like. And it even gave me two, like the blind spot thing, and then it has a little person on the mirror too. Like, hey, there's a person. I'm like, well, it can't be all of them.
You gotta have it like have face recognition on your husband, so then it's like your husband is approaching the car. Your husband is approaching.
I mean, next time I'm gonna be like, announce yourself.
Yeah, right.
Like, just and he
grabs
probably
the
didn't
trash can lid. He's like, I'm coming in the garage. Here I come.
He probably didn't even know I was in the car because I mean, I don't know. It was just a perfect storm, but yeah, I knew. I told him. I wanted to ask because I saw that my garage door opener had the light was on in that opener, and the other doors didn't have lights on in them. And I wanted to say, why does mine have a light on in it? But I told him, I was like, I didn't ask you anything because you were having a really bad day. You'd already told me that, and I could see you were not in a very good mood. So I was just kind of like, yeah, if you need me, if you need any help, call somebody else, but I'll be right here.
You back out of the room slowly. You're like, okay.
It was like,
good night. Bye.
Okay. I'll be inside doing nothing.
Oh my God.
I don't know. It was funny. He goes, no, you could have asked me about the light because I was curious too. I forgot about it, and then you would have reminded me. I was like, oh, well, I didn't know. So it was just, it's better not to take any chances. You're told you get stuck in the garage. Yeah, I'll know next time.
Idle's garage that they're always talking about.
That she gets stuck in there.
There's a part of the game where it's called a garage or something. It's the type of game they play. I can't remember what it is, but they're always talking about Heidel's garage.
Deidre, I hear you.
What did I say? I was surprised that gas and diesel prices are the same in Mass as rural Ohio. Actually, where I live, the town I live in, is the cheapest around, like, this whole area. Like Rehoboth, Taunton, Somerset, Fall River, all that whole area. My town is the cheapest. My sister came here. She was like, oh my God, gas is so cheap here. And I was like, I know. And it's still expensive. But it's like $2 cheaper.
So our regular gas is under $4 now. I don't know. It's 3 something. I don't pay attention.
Yeah, ours is like 3 something too.
But diesel is still like $5.50. Diesel at one point, I saw the prices in California. Our diesel was the same price, and I'm like, that is wrong. That is so wrong. And they have suspended the gas tax here for, I think, until August, because then in August, I don't know what happens, but whatever. And our gas tax it's one of the highest in the country, oddly. It's 63 cents a gallon. And I'm like, that's insane, because our roads suck. So we got gas tax, wheel tax, you looked at me tax. I mean, it's why. Just...
So, like, how's your property taxes? What's up? What's going on with these roads? Your property taxes should be handling all of your town's roads and everything.
No.
What's going on?
They don't. And then, I mean, our license plates are out freaking outrageous. It is just, like, insane.
That's crazy.
It is insane. I don't care. Like, they're cutting some property taxes, which is fine with me. I think if you own your home, you shouldn't have to pay your property. You should be exempt. You shouldn't lose your house because you've paid it off, but you can't afford your property taxes because they go up too much. That's a whole different thing.
Sing of the choir.
But it's like, Insane. Anyways, sorry.
Insane in the membrane.
I can ramble on forever. All right.
No, dang it.
Ramble. Well, you had to throw the tea in the harbor, and we'll do it again.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
We'll
Keep you, England. I love you, Haley. We will. We absolutely will.
We're going to do it again
We'll
July
show
4th.
you. We'll show you. You're going to tax me? I think not.
Tax this.
Yeah.
We'll even make up our own measurements. That's what we'll do.
Awesome Hob is now a teapot. Free tea for everyone. Take that, England.
Wait till we beat you in soccer. They're like, you mean football? Yeah, that. I don't even know. I couldn't tell you.
Started with that crap.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, so I don't know. My volume was weird. Let me get this started and tell me how it is. Hopefully it's not blasting. All right, so we're going to start tonight, and we are going to do the prosecution's first part of their closing. We'll do defense tomorrow, finish up on Thursday with the rebuttal, the verdict, and then wrap this sucker up and send it down the river. Probably where she got sent.
Send it down the Chattahoochee Coochie.
Yeah, something. No paddles.
No
You don't get
paddle.
any help.
So it can't get back.
Yeah, you ain't coming back. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know. All right.
I love Haley. She's like, petrol? You mean gas?
Petrol? Gas?
Is that what gas is?
The petrol station. Yeah, we don't... Liters. The only thing we measure in liters is soda.
Liter of cola.
You buy 2 liter. But other than that, I don't know.
Can I get a liter of cola?
That's right.
I'm sorry, Snipe. R.I.P. for saying that, because good Lord, Ash was so upset.
I almost said that, Badazzard, but I didn't want to get made fun of. I call it both. Yeah.
What, soda?
Yes, people are like, you're from the Midwest if you call it pop. Whatever.
My nanny is from Kansas City, Missouri, so she would call it pop.
Yeah.
So I've heard it both ways, too.
All right. So let's do this. I said it'd be a
Thank
short
you,
stream. And then
See, Deidre is polite.
Deidre
She
does
did the math
both.
for me.
It's because she used to be a teacher.
Well, I mean, good on her. Thank you for giving me the answer. I appreciate that. It's too late for me to do math. My doctor said so.
Also, I was watching this thing before the stream started, and it's one of those things where they're interviewing people on the streets, just randos.
Yeah, just randoms.
He asked.
Excuse me, are you a random?
He asked these 2 young girls what Obama's last name was, and one of them said Care.
What? Oh, Care Bear?
Obamacare.
They probably thought he said, oh,
I'm like,
Obamacare. Mm.
He goes, what? She's like, Care. It's Care. He goes, are you, what? She's...
No, I'm telling you.
He goes, you think Obama's last name is Care?
Yeah, they have no idea. They have no idea. It's terrible. It's terrible. The education is terrible. They don't know.
I was like, dear Lord. And then they said, who's the 69th president? Somebody said Teddy Roosevelt. And I was like, how many presidents do you think we've had? I don't even know, I don't know what their answer was. It was a long time ago president. And I was like, oh my gosh. I said, I need to stop. I need to not watch this anymore. It's hilarious and sad. I want to cry and laugh all at the same time.
I watch it and I'm like, I feel dumber now for having watched that.
Oh my gosh. They should have said Kanye West.
Oh Lord, please no. Please
and
absolutely not no.
He would have said, you're right, because that's what he kept telling them. You're right. Yes, and George Washington was the 25th. I mean, who knew? Okay. All right. Here we go.
Yeah.
May it please the court. Mr. Anderson.
Let me know how the sound is, please.
Counsel, ladies and
good to me.
gentlemen
All
of
right,
the
thank
jury.
you.
Mr. Bull made the state's opening statement in this case and told each of you that this was a case that can be categorized as scorned, obsessed, and seething. The evidence in this case has supported that argument. The brutal killing of Tracy Mondabough in this case was the result of anger, of malice, of jealousy. It was intentional, it was malicious, and it achieved what the defendant wanted it to achieve, which is to put out of her way the one person and the one thing that she believed was standing in the way of her reunion with Nick Boat. I'm going to review that evidence with you in this case, but first I want to go over some preliminary matters. I'll have to turn that on. What is your job? This is included in the instructions that have been given to you in various places. Your job is to seek the truth. You are truth seekers. You are not doubt seekers. So as you proceed into your deliberations and discuss the evidence in this case in order to reach your verdict, your job is not to go through the evidence and the arguments and everything and say, what are all of our reasonable doubts? Your job is to seek the truth from the evidence that's been presented to you in this case, and then to do justice on the basis of that evidence. The evidence in this case will either convince you or not that the defendant is guilty. Either way, though, your job is not to go looking for doubt. It's to go looking for truth in order to forward the purpose of this entire system, which is to do justice. So we've heard, we just heard, and it's in your instructions, I think it's 17, what the elements that the state must prove are for the highest charge, the one with which the defendant has been brought. And they are, number one, on or about May 18, the defendant stabbed Tracy Mondabough with a knife. She died as a result of being stabbed. The defendant acted with malice aforethought, and the defendant acted willfully, deliberately, premeditatedly, and with specific intent to kill. Those are the four things, and only the four things, that the state must prove in order for you to return a verdict of guilty of the main charge in this case, which is murder in the first degree. The burden of proof instruction, you may recall way back from jury selection, I picked on one of the jurors. I can't recall if it was any of you, and I said, did you have any idea? Have you ever heard this term? And that juror actually interestingly said, yeah, it means there's absolutely no doubt. And my response to her was, as it is now, that whatever preconceptions you may have had about that particular phrase, you're to put it aside, because the court has given you the reasonable doubt instruction, and it means that, and only that, and specifically that, and not anything else. It's an essential component, and the instruction speaks for itself, but I highlight it here. Essentially, it means after you have fully and fairly considered all of the evidence in this case, or lack of evidence produced by the state, if you are firmly convinced, then you don't have a reasonable doubt. That's what it means, and it doesn't mean anything else. So please don't send us a question saying, what's proof of beyond a shadow of a doubt mean? It doesn't mean anything. It has no meaning in this case. The instructions tell you what the law is and what the definitions of all the terms are in this case, and you should rely on those and only on those and not on any preconceived notions about that. And as I highlight here and have said, that instruction particularly says that proof beyond a reasonable doubt is not proof beyond all possible doubt. We're not here to talk about or to decide about possibilities or probabilities. We're here to decide whether, you are here to decide whether proof has been satisfied beyond a reasonable doubt. I also note that the word hesitation is in there, and it's in a sentence that roughly says a reasonable doubt is one which would cause a reasonable person to hesitate to act in matters of importance, roughly. Again, the instruction says what it says. But I like to point out that hesitation is not the same thing as deliberation. Deliberation is what you'll do when you retire to your jury room, and we all hope that you will carefully discuss and cooperatively discuss amongst yourself what all the evidence is. But that process of doing that discussion doesn't mean, oh, we're hesitating. No, you're deliberating, all right? Now, you may hesitate to act, and you may have a reasonable doubt, but don't please say to yourselves, well, since we're discussing this and we may have some disagreement amongst us, that means somehow from this instruction, because of our deliberations, that we have a reasonable doubt. Okay, so the first two elements in this case, and because the state has the burden of proof, I have to go through what the evidence is that establishes each and every one of those elements. We also have the instruction, which you may recall, and you'll have in your packet, that says that the defendant cannot be convicted by virtue of a confession alone. And of course, we all know that she has admitted portions of the elements of this crime, but it is still our burden to prove it to you, which is why I'm going over this. It's more than her saying, yes, I stabbed Tracy Mondabough, and yes, I understand she died as a result. We have to have more, and because we have to have more, I'm talking about it at this point. The defendant has admitted that she stabbed Tracy Mondabough with a knife. The question is, why, you may have been asking yourself, would she do that? And the answer is because the evidence with respect to this element that the state presented to you is absolutely overwhelming, right? There's no way for us to know, and even if we did in advance, what a defendant may say when he or she shows up in a courtroom. But we do know this: we have the burden of proving these things, so that's why we presented the evidence. What is that overwhelming evidence? And I'll be talking about this, but I'm just highlighting it. At this point, in the context of the first element, that she was the one who did this, it wasn't somebody else. We didn't prove who did this. And that evidence, of course, is the video evidence, which we'll be reviewing later, the physical and forensic evidence, the rubber glove at the scene, the finger, the glove in the toilet tank, the DNA evidence, which I'm only going to mention to you briefly, but you will recall that Tracy's blood was all over the Cadillac. Her choker was on the Cadillac. The defendant's hair was in Tracy Mondabough's hand. The DNA is of both the defendant and Tracy are splattered all over the scene, as testified to by Mr. Petruccelli from the DCI crime lab, and that evidence is irrefutable. DNA is what DNA is. It's whose it is to a degree of octillions, the probability of that this blood splatter over here or this hair over there is anybody other than either Tracy Mondabough's or Michelle Boat's is some astronomically high figure. And of course, we have the bruises on the defendant's arms, which even she admitted to you here yesterday were caused during the course of committing this terrible crime. So the first two elements, that's the first element. The second element is that she died as a result. Essentially, again, this is an uncontested element. We heard from Dr. Cruz from the State Medical Examiner's Office, who told you that Tracy Mondabough died as a result of multiple sharp force injuries. I mention this not because this is the hotly contested issue of this case, but because the state has the burden of proving it. It's one of our elements. And we haven't heard from the defense yet, but it's unlikely that we're going to hear that the state has not proven this element. Here's the fatal wound to Tracy's heart and chest, and the photograph exhibit 57 of the hole in the sweater that was caused when that injury was inflicted. So again, these two elements are essentially uncontested. So what's this case really about, as you all must know? It's these last two elements. The defendant acted with malice aforethought, and she acted willfully, deliberately, premeditatedly, and with specific intent to kill. So this is what these two elements are, what this case is about. In this particular case, proof of both of those elements is so tightly connected that as I was trying to formulate an argument to sort of talk about it individually, I kept saying, well, this piece of evidence, to myself, this piece of evidence supports both elements, and I can't separate them out, and I don't want to repeat myself. So as we go through here, I'm going to talk about both elements together in terms of the evidence. Before I do that, I'm going to review some of the definitions that, again, are in your instructions that the court just gave you and that you will have, and then I'll go into the evidence that supports the fact that the state has proven both of these elements. So what are they? Malice aforethought. Malice is a state of mind which leads one to intentionally act out of actual hatred or with an evil or unlawful purpose. I like to mention at some point during arguments like these that when the court uses words, it means those words. Okay, they're not accidentally there. We spent a lot of time yesterday preparing for this. We thank you for your patience. So the words that the court uses in your instructions mean exactly what they mean and not anything else. So if the court says or, the court means or. It doesn't mean and then we care about that because it's about what we have to prove. And if the law says we have to prove this or this, then that means either one. And that's one of those, there's another instruction that talks about alternate theories. I point this out again to perhaps assist with your deliberation process. That alternate theories instruction basically says, look, you have to have a unanimous verdict, folks. But there may be some of you who, with respect to malice, for example, this is just an example, think, well, I think the state proved that the defendant was acting with actual hatred. And another one of you says, oh no, I don't think that at all. I think she acted with an evil or unlawful purpose. And the instruction that I'm referring to tells you, you don't have to agree about things that it can be either or propositions, as long as all of you agree that one of those alternate propositions is proved. You don't have to argue about it, okay? You both agree that the element has been met. It doesn't matter how you got to your particular position with respect to that particular item. Malice also, it may be established by evidence of actual hatred, deliberate or fixed intent to do injury, and this is any of these again, any of them, not all of them, doesn't have to be all of them, just either of them. These are just ways in which this malice aforethought can be established. And it can be established from the acts of the defendant and the means that she used to carry that out. Those are just categories of ways that malice aforethought can be established. Malice aforethought is a fixed purpose or design to do some physical harm to another which exists before the act is committed. Those are all part of the malice aforethought instructions that you've received. In this case, the defendant did have a fixed purpose or design to do harm to Tracy Mondabough before she acted. I haven't talked about the evidence yet that supports this, but that's obviously the state's contention with respect to the evidence. On to element 4. Again, I'm discussing these together by way of definition before we talk about the specific evidence. Willful means intentional and not accidental. Deliberation, or to deliberate, is to weigh in one's mind, to consider, to contemplate, or reflect. Premeditate is to think or ponder before acting. And deliberation, this is another instruction as part of this specific intent element. Deliberation and premeditation need not exist for any particular length of time before the act is done. So it doesn't, the law doesn't say, well, she had to have it for 10 minutes or an hour. It could be 1 second. It just has to precede the act. Specific intent means, the court has told you, not only being aware of doing an act and doing it voluntarily, but doing it with a specific purpose in mind. And this is important because determining the defendant's specific intent requires you and any jury in any case that's asked to determine what a defendant's specific intent was. Therefore, it requires you to decide what she was thinking when the act was done, and it is seldom capable of direct proof. And in this case, of course, we have the defendant's denial that she had specific intent, but you're certainly not required to believe that if you believe that that's wrong based on the other evidence in the case that we'll be discussing. Therefore, you should consider the facts and circumstances surrounding the act to determine the defendant's specific intent. The court says that's what you should do, right? It's not just a matter of, Miss Defendant, did you intend that? Nope. Okay, that's it. Well, the state didn't have the defendant somehow testify to that, therefore we're done. No, you have to look beyond that to the facts and circumstances to decide what was in the defendant's mind. There's also an instruction that says that you may but are not required to conclude that a person intends the natural results of their acts. This is not an unreasonable inference that you can draw. You're not required to. But for instance, when a person shoots a gun at another person, it's not unreasonable to assume that they mean to either injure them or kill them. That's just an example. That's why this instruction tells you that you may conclude that a person intends the natural consequences of their acts. It's one of the facts and circumstances that goes beyond what any particular defendant or this particular defendant may say. If this is instruction 22, if a person has an opportunity to deliberate and uses a dangerous weapon, and folks, we have the definition of a dangerous weapon. A knife is a dangerous weapon. It is an object which is intended to cause death or serious injury. Of course, it's intended for a lot of other things, but when used upon another person, it is certainly capable, as it did in this case, of inflicting death. So you may, but are not required to infer that the weapon was used with malice, premeditation, and specific intent to kill. In other words, the court is saying, look, if you find that the defendant used this knife and a lot of other factors like how she used it, you're allowed to make a reasonable inference, a conclusion, that what she intended to do was kill, and that she was using it because she was full of malice, of hatred, of evil purpose, all right? And that she intended it, that she used it with specific intent to kill Tracy Mondabough. Okay, so now that we've sort of reviewed the elements, let's take a look at the evidence in this case. And here are some of the categories of evidence that I'm going to be going over with you. First category is the defendant's deep and long-standing hatred. And I've capitalized it because the evidence demonstrates not just a little dislike, an abject hatred of Tracy Mondabough by the defendant. We'll talk about her search for and stalking of Tracy Mondabough and the evidence that supports that. We'll talk about her preparation for the attack. We'll talk about her admission from this stand just yesterday of her anger toward Tracy Mondabough. And we'll talk about the details of the attack itself, which are the facts and circumstances which I've just told you can and must be looked at to try to determine what her specific intent was. So let's first talk about this first item, the long-standing hatred by the defendant of Tracy Mondabough. First, we have Exhibit 65. Hold on. Now, I don't know why that's not coming through the speakers. Is there?
What the hell was that?
I thought you were saying something.
No, legit, that sounded like a recording of me. I was like, what did I just say?
I was like, what? Who's Gabby talking to? Why is she not muted? Does she know she's not muted? Like,
I just said the same thing to myself. I'm just sitting here quietly watching, and I'm like, what is happening? Why did I just hear my own voice? That was weird.
That was crazy.
That was so weird and kind of creepy. Man. I don't like it.
Yeah, like, you better watch out. You might have somebody approaching on your passenger side. Just saying.
If someone ever approaches on my passenger side and my car tries to warn me to say that, I'm gonna lock all my doors. I'm gonna crawl through the back seat to get my baseball bat in my trunk. Yep, I'm getting it, and I'm head is on a swivel. It's on a swivel, y'all. No, and my husband knows this. Don't just stand there like a dang creep, because you might get hit in the kneecap with something.
Yeah, no. I generally am very aware of my surroundings, but I wasn't Friday, so. And the funny thing was, he wasn't standing in front of my car just staring at me. He was getting the generator out. So it's like he was actually bent over. Funny. Like, it was just weird.
You could have started your car and just like tapped him real quick. Like,
no, my car wouldn't let me do that. It would have flashed a person in front of me. It would have been like, person. Because, yeah. Sometimes when they're walking on the side of the road, because there's no sidewalks in half the places around here, and I can't get completely over, my car starts flashing this red pedestrian thing on my dash, and it's like, please don't slam on the brakes. Because I'm really not going to hit them.
I always forget the newer cars now have all these beeping things. You know, my aunt's car has that, and when I'm ever in her car, she drives slightly with that. It's like beep, 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 beep. I'm like, I would be ripping that friggin' sensor out immediately. Beeping? Absolutely not. Who needs that? I can go over whatever line I want. Shut the heck up, car. You don't know what the frig you're talking about. The new cars are ridiculous.
Mine doesn't beep about that, but you can feel it like pull you. Like, hey, get back over here. I'm like, no, because I'm trying to turn off this road. Yeah, Gabby, why don't you keep your tools on the floorboard there? That's a standard.
Maybe
That's where
I
you
have
keep
one there, but I just don't want to say
your
it
gloves.
online what I have there.
Keep your gloves, your bird watching binoculars.
Oh no, I don't have bird watching binoculars, because when I see them, I speed up a little bit.
She didn't have bird watching binoculars either.
Another one bites dust. I saw a gang of turkeys this morning, and I was like, "Beep you, motherfucker!"
They're like,
I sped by them. I sped by them playing the Ludacris song. Move, bitch! Get out the way!
Get out the way!
Like 8:30 this morning, blasting it. It was on. My volume was on 40.
Yeah. And they're back there with their switchblades.
The landscapers turned, and they're like, "This lady is crazy. Turkeys, get out of the road. You're gonna R.I.P." I'm like, "Yeah, that was my plan."
Yes, the only bird she was watching was her ex's bird, and she attacked it. She was like a cat.
Mm-hmm.
She was hunting her prey. There's some of the stuff that he has said that I'm not an attorney, so I don't know. But I'm like, she is admitted to part of this crime already.
Yes, she did.
So I don't understand some of the stuff that you are going over because she's admitted to doing the crime. You just have to prove, I guess, how did she have malice aforethought. Haley, I was with you too.
Aforesaid.
I didn't learn it. I didn't learn that today, but I always forget that it's not malice aforethought. Like, or whatever you, aforethought.
Every time he says aforethought, I immediately say aforesaid.
Aforesaid.
It just comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That word. Well, I'm sad that we didn't get to hear from the side-eye state guy that sits very far off the end of the table of counsel, the counsel table there. Mm-hmm. Because I just, I want to hear him. He's got to be more interesting than this dude.
Aforementioned?
Aforementioned. Is there a Mr. Bolt? I don't know. Is there a Mr. Bolt? Does that pipe through the speaker, Mr. Bolt?
I don't know, but that was really weird. That did sound like me.
That was weird. It did sound like you. I was like, what is she doing?
I looked up. I was like, what is... Like, is there a speaker system in my house right now? My voice? What is happening? Why do I hear an echo in my brain?
All right. I feel like he's in the Rona, like, tunnel there. Because he's trapped between that plexiglass and the bench where it's just bouncing back and forth. But it won't go around that plexiglass. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it doesn't go... The Rona just knows not to cross the plexiglass.
Yeah, it doesn't go around it. Doesn't go through these gaps over here or under.
No.
It's all fine.
Or through the whole open area that's around him at all.
Yeah, that doesn't do anything. It's like, oh, nope. Boundaries. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, I wasn't talking.
No. We're not talking about side-eye Jess.
No, definitely not the side-eye state attorney. That's what I called him on Thursday. I didn't say something very nice about the middle guy, and I felt bad about it afterwards, but
I laughed about it because it was funny.
Thanks just come out of my mouth. I told you it's unmedicated right now. Still. Mm-hmm. So
I kind of like it though. I like it.
It's like, yay.
I showed up in StreamYard before she started. All I saw was the brat stall picture of AJ. She wasn't here yet, but it was just that big picture. And did you hear me? I don't know if you were there, but I said, "Holy shite!"
No, I wasn't. I had to actually. I forgot my notebook for this that has all the trial stuff in it, and so I had to run back upstairs to go get it. But I had to finish listening to all those people try to answer all the questions they couldn't answer. Like, if you're traveling 60 miles an hour for 1 hour, how far did you go? You know what the most...
Come on, we're not...
You know what the most common answer was? 1 mile.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, you're right.
I would have been like, it's a miracle. Thank goodness we're in church. Hallelujah.
It hits a plexiglass and goes up to the ceiling, through the vents, back through the air circulation. It does not... It stays right behind. It knows there's no. It's like I can't go around the plexiglass. It's been proven.
It just knows.
Whoops. How'd I do that?
I don't know, but how did I end up on the intercom in this friggin' courtroom right now?
I don't know, but it's hilarious and I want to hear it. Find Mr. Bolt.
I love how he's like, is that not coming through the speakers? I was like, I'm pretty sure that came through the speakers because I heard it. That was my voice. What is happening here? I don't know any of these people. How did I end up on this show?
Find Mr. Bolt. Let's fix it. All right, let's go.
Right.
Let's hear Gabby.
Mr. Bolt, does that pipe through to the speaker? All right, I'm going to back
From
up.
what source, Mr. Bull?
Would be the HDMI input, Judge, on the bottom.
I boosted the
uptake a little bit.
Okay, let's try it again.
Oh, and tell this bitch, you know, the fucking whore that you're sleeping with.
Well, it's not coming through the speaker system.
Well, good thing that
but it'll
wasn't
be
coming
on
from
one
the
of
speaker
the-
system because I heard what she said.
I
and it
heard
lowered.
everything she said except for the end, and that is completely different than the woman we heard on the stand last week.
That is absolutely true.
I don't know. Yeah. And I just started sobbing and then my dogs ran away and glass shattered.
Yeah.
That's what
It's like,
happened.
wait, what? So what did you say in the middle there? Because you were whining and crying so hard I didn't understand you because you're a toddler. And you're not going to get this ice cream cone unless you stop crying so I can understand you. What the fuck is happening?
That's what I said. I said what I said. Yeah, that was a little different what we heard. All right. We won't get to flash. Yeah. So quiet, so soft-spoken.
But I heard what she said. You effing that effing whore.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a little different what we heard. She's probably
That would've been
crying right
funny.
now.
That would have been
Look at
funny.
her now. Look away, Ash.
That would have been funny if it came through the speaker because that would have been loud as shit. I would have died. She'd be like, you better effing that mother effing whore. So loud that place would have echoed.
She's the real reason there's plexiglass and not glass. Absolutely. Absolutely, Deidre, because that would have been shattered.
100%.
Do you remember, you may be too young, the commercials where was it a Memorex commercial? Where the wine glass and then the lady would hit the high note and she'd shatter.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
The wine glass, that's
Yep.
That's what would have happened.
Yep. With her whining and crying.
Yes.
And then there was a dog.
Yeah. Rue, I went upstairs and Rue was like crying. She was like little paws on her ears, like, what? Just make it stop. Make it stop. She's like, I can't go anywhere. I can't get away from this. Just make it stop. Oh my gosh. Yes. I remember. See? Yep.
Yeah, I remember that commercial too.
If Flashman was here, he'd be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. He went to go eat.
Oh. Yep.
I
Whoever
could
knows.
smell the smoke in the truck.
I could smell the smoke in the truck. Oh my gosh. She must not ever breathe again. Smoker. We quit smoking to buy that truck. You must lose your breath. All right. Okay.
Yeah, effing that effing whore.
Oh, okay. I'm hitting play.
Run, Mr. Petricelli. All right, I'm gonna mute.
Okay.
Flash drives that you can take back and listen to for yourself, and the words are here typed. It's nobody else but the defendant who's referring to Tracy Mondabough in this way. Tell that effing whore and that B that she messed with the wrong mama. This is a message she left for Nick, wanting Nick to tell Tracy Mondabough that she was messing with a tiger. And that tiger, way back here in March when this message was left, was already filled with hatred, months before the act. So some of the elements require you to find that this malice pre-existed, this specific intent pre-existed the act that was done. Here it is in the defendant's own words. Hatred. Hatred. We also had the evidence that the defendant
Did he just snort his own
threatened
spit?
Yeah, that was
Sick
gross.
Tracy over Facebook.
It's like a hawker.
Mr. Bull in his cross-examination yesterday read the message or some of the messages that she sent. Because I will be there when you open your eyes in the morning and I will be there when you close them at night. This is this woman directly communicating with Tracy Mondabough. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be in your head. I want to be in your head. I want to be in your dreams or in your nightmares. Now, that's not written, but that's certainly implied. He isn't yours now, and he never will be. Send him home, because that's where he belongs. If you don't, I'll be on you. I'll be on you, or it says, but I'll be on you soon enough. Preparation, plan. You better let him go, or I'm coming to get you. Months before, that's exactly what she did. Then she sent the picture of herself, staring at Tracy Mondabough. And we have other evidence, again, acknowledged by the defendant herself on cross-examination, that she confronted Tracy and Nick while they were in a truck at Vermeer in April, after she testified that she went for some mental health treatment. And we heard her acknowledge that she told Tracy, I'll tell you once, he's mine. Certainly a threat. She's following him around at that point in April. It wasn't just on May 18. She's following him around back in April, threatening Tracy Mondabough after having sent the Facebook messages. He's mine. I'm only going to tell you once. She did tell her one more time, as we heard from Mr. Rumberg, the neighbor. He's mine is about the only thing he could make out as the defendant was killing Tracy Mondabough. But she did really actually only give her 2 warnings that we have evidence for, and these are those. But warnings, nevertheless. Okay, so what other evidence do we have of malice, premeditation, planning, specific intent to kill? Her searching for and then stalking Tracy Mondabough on May 18. Now, those videos from around Pella came in piecemeal, but this series of slides puts them all together in chronological order in the hope that you will recall it for yourself. At 6:57, the defendant goes to Culver's, and the line is too long, so she leaves. So her house is down here at 135 Prairie Street, and she travels across town to Culver's, which is shown here, and she drives through the lane. Here's the video at 7:05 p.m., and that time may be different. There's a stipulation that if the time ends up mattering all that much to you, you can straighten yourselves out on. But that was the defendant's silver Cadillac driving through Culver's. The defendant then leaves Culver's. She goes somewhere. She testified that she then saw the truck at the laundromat and said some things like, well, I wanted to see if Nick was there, and Nick was okay. But in any event, once she's spotted Tracy, she's on her tail. Tracy is about to go have dinner with Nick on his dinner break at Vermeer, and Tracy goes into the parking lot at Burger King, and the defendant follows her and parks her car a discreet distance away. And don't forget, folks, she's got the binoculars. She told you yesterday why. She didn't have an innocent explanation for why she had the binoculars in her car. She said, well, in case I see Nick and Tracy. That's what she said. So we don't have evidence that she was using her binoculars to scope out Tracy to see if it was really Nick or not, but we know she had him, and we know why she had him. And from that position to the drive-through was certainly within the range of those binoculars. So here's the video. We have several views. Here is Tracy entering the parking lot of Burger King at 7:19 and 36 seconds, roughly. At least that's what the timestamp on this particular video was. And shortly we'll see the defendant entering from the left and parking in the top left corner of this frame, and here she is. And this is a slightly different view from Culver's of the exact same entry of the defendant turning into the remoter parking lot, even though we can see lots of parking spaces here, and you'll be able to see other parking spaces at Burger King. Tracy gets up to the ordering window. The defendant in this segment is already back on the left. And we fast forwarded a little bit. Tracy orders her food and comes up to pay. While that's happening, what's the defendant doing? Here we are back at Culver's. The defendant pops her trunk, gets out of her car, goes to the trunk. What's she doing, folks? Getting a knife? Getting some gloves? Getting ready for what is to come. You're certainly capable of finding, and they drive close enough together, that any question about whether Nick was in this truck and whether he was okay and whether she wanted to just talk to him was resolved by her stalking Tracy with her binoculars from that parking lot. Here comes Ms. Mondabough around the backside of Burger King after she pays for her meal. Driving back out and around, the defendant is still parked in the top left frame of this video. And when they get to the point where they're about to meet, we'll switch back to the view from Culver's, which shows it a little better. Here comes a white SUV, and you'll see that in this next clip coming by. And there goes the white SUV. Here comes Tracy. Look how close they are to each other. The defendant is looking right at Tracy Mondabough. One person in that truck. And she has her binoculars. Whoops, I backed up because I gotta back up. Because there's more.
Can he see that she had her binoculars from that tape right there? What we just saw. I couldn't see. They couldn't even tell what she got out of her trunk. How would they know she was sitting in her car with her binoculars up? Just, yeah, he doesn't need to back it up. It's good. We're all good. Don't back anything up.
Oh, I missed it. Hold on. Because it's important, I'm going to play it again.
I don't know.
Right,
I don't get it.
When we get here is I'm going to fast forward through this video to where I inadvertently clicked. Well,
hey, we've all had those moments.
No, I'm still not there. I apologize. Technology is difficult. Okay. No, I still didn't get there. Sorry, folks. Nope.
Especially for attorneys. Technology really just hems them up all the time for the viewers.
Well, I can't get the video to play.
There.
You can watch it for yourself if you want. But what happens after Tracy drives by is that the defendant waits 15 or 20 seconds, backs out of her parking place, and follows Tracy. From there, they leave Burger King, and that's where we pick up here. And they're headed to Vermeer so that Tracy can have supper with Nick. They arrive at Vermeer at 7:33 with the defendant following her. This is the entry gate that they went through. And we have the cameras from the entry camera. So here's Tracy, clearly not anyone in the passenger side of her truck. And by the way, the defendant knows why she's going there. She's going there to see Nick, who's not in the truck, right? She's been around the block. She knows when Nick's dinner break is, what his normal shift is, and yet the defendant is still following Tracy. Again, about 20 seconds behind here. And soon we'll see her enter the frame. Here we are, silver Cadillac. They proceed down to the back of this building where Nick comes out, the defendant backs up. With respect to these cameras at Vermeer, remember they're motion activated. So while this entire trip to Vermeer lasts about 35 minutes, I'm not going to show you 35 minutes, partially because it doesn't exist, because the cameras weren't on, but also because it would bore you. Here comes the defendant in her Cadillac. She pulls in and then she backs up. Her explanation for backing up wasn't that she didn't want to be spotted. It was because she wanted to get into the parking space correctly. Does what she did there just get her into the parking space better? Is that consistent with her testimony? 35 minutes later, now we catch a little glimpse of Nick, and the only reason why we do here is because this tractor enters and triggers the camera. But that was Nick walking back into the building. Tracy pulls around. Again, how close is she to Tracy right now, assuming she isn't ducking behind under the car door or doing something else to keep herself from being viewed. She certainly was almost bumper to bumper with Tracy. And then she waits for a little while. She pulls around, lets Tracy get a little bit of a lead, and then she follows Tracy out. They leave Vermeer, again, this is 35 minutes later at 8:08, so from 7:35 to 8:08, they're at Vermeer. And we have the same footage of the gate from Vermeer with both of these vehicles leaving at that time. Here comes Tracy. And then about 20 seconds later, we get the defendant.
I'm surprised no one noticed her.
Caused by the defendant not wanting to be seen. So she lets her get out ahead. And here comes the defendant, once again following Tracy.
Her car didn't come with turn signals. Send it back.
From there, we picked them up again at the Third Church cameras. They're coming back. Tracy's heading home, which is up in the top left corner, as you'll see in a moment. And they drive by the Third Church, and they're captured once again with about a 20-second interval coming by. Here comes Tracy in her truck. The first car following her is not the defendant, it's some other car. It's not a silver Cadillac, as you see. And about 15 or 20 seconds later, we'll see the defendant following Tracy Mondabough. Here she comes. Tracy goes home, which is up here at 101 Glenwood. She pulls into her parking space at her garage, and the defendant pulls in beside her. Here's an important question for you all to consider when assessing the evidence. If all the defendant wanted to do at this point was just to find out where Nick lived, she just wanted to have a little chat with him later, why did the defendant get out of her car at all? In fact, if all she wanted to do was find out where Nick and Tracy were living, she would have let her get out and look at what apartment she went into. She never gave her that chance because she was upon her. Tracy had no idea what was coming. And then at 8:21, we get the call to the police from Julie Kuiper.
Yeah, I am over at 21 Glenwood, and there's a, over in the sixplex next to me, I just went outside to smoke a cigarette. It's a couple between a couple. Well, when I saw her get out of the truck, her face is just all bloody.
I'm sorry, what was your address?
My address is 21 Glenwood. I live right next to, is it Matt, the new police officer that just went next door to me? It's in the sixplex. Like, my heart's beating when I saw how much blood was on her face.
Do you have any idea what apartment she might have went in?
No, she looks like she just got in the car and left. But the vehicle that they were in and running in, where you're going to get blood, is going to be in the
21
Navy.
Glenwood. Advising a sixplex.
Well, it's not my house, though.
Is a male and female in a scuffle. Advising female is completely blood.
On face. And so in the back, in our driveway,
Okay.
God, my chest is just, my heart's racing. This person has a maroon-colored truck, and I don't know what they were fighting over. There was, the horn was honking, and I was trying to mind my own business till I saw her.
Is the maroon truck still there?
The maroon truck is still there, but the other vehicle was like a four-door, or looks like a Cadillac almost, and it looks like that woman got in the car and left, but...
Female may have left in possibly a Cadillac. She's advising a maroon truck is still in the back.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been the male house.
That's the vehicle that the female was in when I thought it was just, I don't know. I didn't think it was anything until I just want this place cleaned up around here.
Sure. But you don't hear any yelling or anything right now?
Well, I came in to call you guys. I'm not going to stand out there not knowing the situation. I can go out there until someone comes. It only takes once of having to be in a domestically violent
What is your name?
situation. Julie Kuiper.
Julie, what's the phone number for you?
780-7363. I think I hear the police cars coming fast. You gotta see a police car. It's a cream or light-colored off-white. Tell me they're gonna have to turn right here in the back driveway.
Colored, maybe Caddy.
Yep, he's good. It looked like a Cadillac, but to be honest, I'm here alone with my 5-year-old son.
23.
So I'm not about to try to cause problems.
Are they at the right maroon pickup, Julie?
Yes.
That is the correct one.
If you look in the truck, there should be blood. I mean, as hard as he was hitting that person, there's got to be blood.
Should advise you to see some kind of blood in that vehicle.
There's probably stuff right. He kept throwing stuff out of the truck right behind him, all over the cement. You could hear it hitting the cement.
Okay.
Really glad I have a place next to me right now.
Okay, Julie, I gotta let you go, okay?
Okay, all right.
All right, bye-bye.
A couple of things to note about that. There's blood all over the defendant's face. How'd that get there? If it was one stab, how'd that blood get everywhere? How'd it get all over the car, all over the truck, all over the side mirror, on her face? It's because it wasn't a single stab. Her hands were brutally butchered, and in this struggle, Tracy Mondabough's blood got all over her face, all over the inside of the truck, all over the side of the defendant's car. And it got on the side of the car either because Tracy was doing this with her bloodied hands, trying to get the defendant away from her, or it's cast off from the knife. In once, cast off backwards. In another time, cast off backwards. This wasn't a single stab wound, folks. That blood she didn't just come in and get her once in the heart and walk away. Because she had that sweater on, right? A lot of the blood's on that sweater. It's coming from her hands. Okay, so we're now down to the evidence about preparation for the attack in advance because of malice and because of specific intent to kill. We know about the gloves in the car. The defendant says that it was because she worked in the hospital. She also said she hadn't worked in the hospital in those 69 days. All right. She didn't need gloves on to go to work that day. And when did she put them on? Just wearing around gloves for the hour that we know she's following Tracy Mondabough around? Maybe after she got out of her went to her trunk. But she is prepared. She's not wearing gloves because of COVID, folks. That's really convenient. She's wearing gloves because she doesn't want to leave evidence like fingerprints behind. She admitted that she carries these tools because she's scared, but also because of Tracy. And of course, we have the binoculars on the front seat. Uncapped. The cap for the binoculars, or at least one of them, is on the floorboard. I don't have that picture, but it's in the exhibits. She's had those binoculars out. She's had plenty of time to watch Nick and Tracy at Vermeer, to watch Tracy at Burger King, to know exactly who she's following and exactly what she's going to be doing when she gets there. And of course, we have more evidence of the violence of this attack is that somehow this glove gets, a finger of this glove gets torn off. And I've already made this point. So she didn't wear that glove because she was on her way home from or on the way to the hospital, and I just have these gloves on for that reason and because of COVID. And you may notice a trend with the defendant's testimony. She admits everything that she cannot deny, like that she did this because of this overwhelming evidence, and denies everything else. She's got an explanation for everything else. She's been stalking Tracy for an hour with her gloves on by herself in a car because of COVID. Possible, but unlikely given all the other circumstances. Yesterday, while she was on the stand, I don't know whether any of you heard it, but I certainly did. Well, what was going through your mind when you were in this fight? I was angry. Folks, she was angry at Tracy Mondabough long before May 18th. And she was certainly angry and acting with maliciousness on May 18th. And the final category of evidence that support a finding of malice and specific intent to kill are all the details surrounding the commission of the crime itself. We've mentioned the knife already, the multiple sharp force injuries. Now we know from Dr. Cruz that only one of them was the lethal blow, but we by no means have only one injury to Tracy. Her face is cut up. She's got the stab wound, both of her hands. The outside of her left hand and the inside of her right hand are severely lacerated. And this is one of those circumstances that the instructions tell you, what was her intent? You are allowed to look at these circumstances and trying to figure out what her intent was. And this wasn't somebody who just wanted to slap Tracy around, to tell her one more time, he's mine, send him home. This is way beyond that. She's got the knife. Defendant, of course, says that it was one stab wound and she lost it. That evidence, as I've already mentioned, isn't supported because of the blood on the car. Dr. Cruz, when looking at the bruise picture, which is Exhibit 75, acknowledged that that was as a result of multiple blunt force injuries. Not one stab, multiple on her dominant hand, stabbing over and over, maybe hitting the side of the truck, something here, through the window, hitting something hard. These bruises came up 18 hours after this homicide. The first time Special Agent Miller took pictures, those bruises weren't there. 18 hours later, the bruises are there. We know what that tells us. Both Julie Kuiper and Mr. Rumberg report an extended altercation. Recall what Mr. Rumberg said. Well, I heard this honking, repeated honking. And then I thought, well, it'll stop. And then it didn't stop. It went on and on and on until he finally came out, and that's when he heard, she's mine, he's mine. And Ms. Kuiper's testimony that she saw Tracy going back and forth in the truck, trying to avoid the knife that was in the hands of the defendant. Not after some scuffle happened from the beginning. She's trying to avoid the knife. And we also had the testimony of Ms. Kuiper about how when it was over, somehow, for some reason, the defendant is puffed up. We heard from the defendant that after she basically already killed Ms. Mondabough, she threw her purse on the ground, supposedly because of cigarettes in the car, and she and Nick had quit smoking and how terrible that was. But she's still in this fit of passion, which didn't start when the defendant first approached the truck. It started long before that. Also, there's evidence of the defendant's guilty knowledge. What do I mean? She flees the scene. She doesn't call the police. She leaves quick. She runs home. She puts her clothes in the washing machine. She knew she was in trouble. She washes all that blood off of her face. She gets rid of the knife somewhere. And she washes herself, free of the blood which is on her hands and will always be, no matter how many times she tries to wash it off. That blood will not wash. And then she lied to the police. In her own words, "What have you been doing, Michelle?" "Oh, nothing. Why are you here?" Right? She's concealing
that was the best part of closing so far.
the glove in her toilet tank with, confirmed by DNA, Tracy Mondabough's blood in that red liquid on the gloves and on the towel and in the tank. Okay. So the two final elements are established by her use of a dangerous weapon, her long-standing hatred of Tracy, way before this happened, her plan, her preparation, get a knife, get the gloves, follow her around, scope it out, pick the right place, and attack. And that's what happened here. Oh, I want to back up to this one. So I want to spend just a minute talking about lesser included offenses, because I don't want you to be confused about it. You may have noticed from all these instructions, there's
you're
a lot
going
of
to
them
confuse me more about it.
One, the statements prove all these elements.
I'm going to be way more confused about the lessers by the way you
described it. Go to the
described
next
it,
one
bro.
down.
I liked his.
I mean, good
like,
Lord.
I liked his old woman, his Michelle voice. What are you doing, officers?
Hey, Bree. Yeah.
What's up, Brie?
What are you doing, officers?
Oh, nothing. I'm just taking a shower. That was the best part.
It would have been, what would have been really funny is if he put a wig on when he did that voice. That would have been the best. It's like, give this guy an award for getting into the part,
Or if he would have made her a valley girl like I always make everybody. What are you doing?
What are you doing, sir?
Doing, officers? Oh my god, I just took a shower. You're a little bit too late to join me.
Don't touch me, you're so dirty.
Ew.
Ew, look at your fingernails. Good Lord.
Do you have some gloves? I got some gloves. I mean, I don't have any gloves. I have none. Don't look under my sink.
I actually have them. I have them because Caleb is a tattoo artist, so we have a lot of medical supplies here.
Or, unaliving kits. Just saying.
Not intentionally. I'm pulling a,
Okay, Sarah Boone.
Yeah, I'm pulling a Boone here. We don't have it as an intentional unaliving kit. It's just part of his profession.
I have some.
Unaliving, but,
I use them to clean the bathroom sometimes. Cause
I do too. I use them to, like, cook, clean.
Yeah.
Only because we have them here constantly.
Well,
Gloves.
I have them here because of 2020. 21.
Yeah.
And so I didn't wear them around in my car. Like, apparently she did. Whatever.
Mm.
Yeah. So I'm just like, well, might as well use them up. And I can use them in the bathroom to clean the bathroom. That's fine. Perfect place.
Yep. I actually got yelled at. Don't take my gut gloves. Use the cheap ones. I'm like, oh, excuse me. I'm chopped liver over here. I'm the one who's doing your goddamn laundry. I can't get luxurious gloves. But good Lord, excuse me.
No, you may not.
Unbelievable. I mean, the nerve, right?
They're funny. You men are funny.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting close. We're getting closer. And I do have him sped up, just so y'all know.
I mean, it's not bad. Like, he's not talking super slow. He's just funny in the way he says certain things. He's like, oh, wait a minute there. Wait a minute now. I forgot something. I got to back up.
Yeah, don't back up, sir. We saw your backing skills.
Yeah.
You got lost. So please don't.
You throw it in reverse. It's not a good idea. You should never. You should just put that thing in neutral and let someone else guide you, because this is just terrible.
You just kept going round and round.
Yep, like a merry-go-round. Good Lord.
All right. Yeah, he's not talking slow because I've slowly been speeding him up.
Slowly, I'm slowly speeding him up.
I do that to you guys.
0.5. I would have been like 25.5 faster, mother beeper.
I can +1. So I just +1, +1, +1, +1. Then
I would already do that like 5 times.
Or I can +5. Or I can pick my own. But I just +1. Because then you guys never notice.
The more annoyed AJ gets, just keeps hitting +1, +1, +1. And then she's like, at the end, she's like, 1. All right, we're about to finish this. Yeah.
What's up, Carmen? Conducting a mental health assessment earlier, they go, I only have one thing to say. Scotty is in the freezer. I said, who's Scotty? She goes, my uncle. I'm like, what? And then I'm going to finish that. She's like, you heard me. Carmen's like, yep, time for me to go home now. Bye. She didn't say any of the last part. Yeah.
She's like, I enter and leave you with this. Hello and good night.
Yes, always.
She's She's like, riddle me this. It's like, what the heck do you even mean? What does that even mean? What are you even saying? Did you just wake up and you're just like rambling? Like, what is happening?
I'm so like not used to her new schedule yet.
I know.
And then I'm like, oh, she's probably sleeping. I'm like, she's at work. Duh.
Yeah. She calls me at random times now. I'm like, why is she calling me at this time? I'm like,
yes,
she should be sleeping right now.
+1 is the loneliest number.
1 is the loneliest number. But
it's at 1.06. Because
right now?
Yes.
Because so that's how you gauge your annoyance level.
1.10 would probably there's times he would be too fast. Poor Scotty. He's probably cold. Poor Scotty, if he's in there, doesn't care.
No.
Just
doesn't
saying.
care.
Unless he's still alive. Then he truly cares. For the time being.
I mean, R.I.P. Scotty.
Yes.
Beam me up.
Beam me up, Scotty. All right, we can do this. Let's do it.
The next lesser included offense. So the process that you are to use in assessing and doing your deliberations is to start at the highest offense, murder in the first degree. If you find that the evidence has proved the defendant guilty of those charged beyond a reasonable doubt, you're done. You don't have to look at the next one or the next one or the next one. It's a downward stepping ladder. It is not a process where you take all of those crimes and go, which one sounds most like what we think happened? And it's not that way, because when you commit murder in the first degree, of necessity, you have also committed all the lesser included offenses. That's why we call them lesser included offenses. So it's not, which one sounds the most alike? It is, which one is proved? And it's a downward ladder. So if you find that the state has proven first degree murder, you don't have to look at any of the other lesser included, you don't have to understand any of the definitions associated with them, you're done. That's how it works. It's only if the state hasn't proven each and every element that you need concern yourself at all with any of the lesser included offenses. It's not a sounds most like process, it's a what has been proven starting at the top and moving down. So what defenses have been put forward here, we heard from Ms. Eimerman in her opening statement that it's not murder, it's manslaughter. Now, she didn't go any farther than that. I'm sure you'll be hearing from her shortly, or Mr. Anderson. But that's what you've heard so far. One of the lessers, by the way, is anytime you're talking about heat of passion, you're already down to like the fourth lesser, because it starts with murder in the first degree. Then there's murder in the second degree. Then there's attempt to commit murder. Then there's willful injury. And it's not until the fifth lesser that you even get to any discussion at all or need to consider anything about heat of passion. And or it may be that this was some sort of unintentional or reckless killing of Tracy Mondabough. But since counsel mentioned, and it sounded like from the defendant's testimony that she would like you to believe that this was just the result of this heat of passion, I'm going to spend a few minutes talking about that with you. Instruction number 31. This is for voluntary manslaughter. Again, the fifth lesser included, or fourth, I can't remember, down the line, way below murder in the first degree. The instruction for voluntary manslaughter is that the stabbing was done solely by reason of a sudden, violent, and irresistible passion resulting from serious provocation. All right, this is one of these places that these words matter. That's why I've underlined solely. All right? So if in acting to kill Tracy Mondabough, the exclusive, the sole reason why she did what she did was a sudden heat of passion, all right. But if there was anything else going on, like malice aforethought, like specific intent, then her actions were not solely because of a heat of passion. Of course she was amped up when she killed Tracy Mondabough, but that passion wasn't solely from whatever happened at the truck. It was from the long history that preceded it. It also has to have been a sudden passion, which is the same, to say the same thing, right? It wasn't like, oh, I've got no problem with Tracy Mondabough before I stepped to her truck to attack her, and then my passions were inflamed because of some things that she says that Tracy said or did, right? That's what this means. I'm fine, but all of a sudden, boom, something sudden happens that inspires essentially an irresistible passion to kill. The last word is serious provocation. And this is really important on voluntary manslaughter. This is out of the instruction 32. Serious provocation is conduct. Again, an important word, one with real meaning, that would cause a reasonable person to have a sudden, violent, and irresistible passion. Conduct. Passion is not sudden, violent, and irresistible if there's a time interval during which a reasonable person would basically cool off. Folks, here's the question if you get to this place. And the state contends you should never get there because the evidence couldn't be clearer on murder in the first degree. What conduct by Tracy Mondabough was there in this case that would cause a reasonable person to fly into an uncontrollable homicidal rage? Conduct. What's that conduct? Eating dinner with Nick? Is that the kind of conduct that would cause an irresistible passion and desire to kill? Kissing Nick in a parking lot of Vermeer? Does that cause a reasonable person to fly into a homicidal rage? Tracy Mondabough is strapped into her truck when she encounters the defendant. We heard testimony from the defendant that Tracy Mondabough called her a crazy bitch. The only point about that is the rest of the instruction on passion. And that is, words alone, however abusive or insulting, cannot be serious provocation. No matter what you ever call anyone, the most disgusting, foul, offensive thing is never legally satisfactory as serious provocation to homicidally kill another person in the heat of passion. The only provoking conduct in this case was by the defendant. She followed Tracy around. She hated Tracy. She got out of her car. She went to Tracy's car with a knife and started attacking her. That's provoking. And the only person defending themselves, to the extent that there's any thought by any of you that somehow the defendant's conduct, now there isn't a justification defense in this case, all right? If there were, there would be instructions on that, because people know that you have a right to defend yourself, and even to the extent of using deadly force against somebody, under certain circumstances, when you're threatened, when somebody's gonna kill you or somebody else, and it's reasonable, then you can defend yourself by using deadly force. That instruction isn't in this case because there is no evidence of it. The defendant had no right to defend herself from Tracy Mondabough, who was completely oblivious and had done absolutely nothing besides living, driving her truck, eating dinner with Nick, had done nothing to threaten the defendant. The only person who defended herself unsuccessfully was Tracy Mondabough. So what happened here? This was no accident. This was not the result of conduct which would reasonably provoke the defendant to fly into a passion to kill. This was not recklessness. Recklessness is what some people do when they're driving, and they're driving recklessly, and they go up on sidewalks, and they run red lights, and it's conduct that you can read the instruction on recklessness, right? Which a reasonable person should know is likely to cause harm. Swinging a knife at somebody on purpose is not recklessness. It was deliberate, malicious, premeditated murder. That's what we have here. Here's another defense, sympathy. Essentially, the defendant pleads that all of you sympathize with her circumstances. She was heartbroken. Her husband left her. She was alone. It was COVID. And essentially is saying, without directly saying to you, please feel sorry for me and don't convict me of the much more serious crime that we all know I committed because of my pathetic circumstances. What does the court tell you about sympathy? Instruction number 8. As you consider the evidence, do not be influenced by any personal sympathy, bias, prejudice, or emotions. Now, normally, this instruction, it can go both ways, as it is here, but normally that's in the context of a murder case. Don't feel sorry for the victim. You can't base your verdict on feeling sorry for the family of the victim who's gone. That's inappropriate too. Family hasn't been able to be here because of COVID, but you're not allowed to consider that. But this is a two-way street. You are not to take into consideration any feelings of sympathy for the defendant. That is not the basis on which you can or should return your verdict. Broken marriages are not an excuse to kill. Sadness is not an excuse to kill. COVID is most certainly not an excuse to kill. And the other defense is mercy. Essentially, it may remain unspoken, but the defendant has essentially thrown herself on the mercy of all 14 of you. Please don't convict me of this because of my pathetic situation. This argument or this suggestion to you is beyond the pale, considering the defendant's absolute mercilessness and viciousness of her attack, stalking, and killing of Tracy Mondabough. Not 1 ounce of mercy did she show. But please show mercy toward her, which is also not a defense. But to the extent that it may be playing into your minds, I mention it. And don't forget this. On the topic of mercy, the defendant's in the police department, and she's denying having done anything about this with the police, and we heard this from her during cross-examination. The police tell her, Tracy is seriously injured. What's the defendant's response? Mere hours after this murder? God works in mysterious ways. A statement full of mercy. Also a statement full of intent.
How majestic of her.
I hate that woman.
Yeah, that's bad.
I'm glad she's dead. That's why I did what I did. Thank you, God. I got my wish.
Yikes.
I'm finished.
Thank you. And because you're finished.
Oh, I thought you said I was unfinished. I was like, oh, no crap, really?
No,
You're unfinished?
he gets this since he said I'm finished. He didn't deserve one of those. Whew. That was
crazy.
Yes. How many of the jury are asking for mercy right now? All of them. The end. Amen. Judge is like, okay. No more PowerPoints for you, sir. He really likes his PowerPoints and his clicker. I'm like, if I hear that freaking thing click, 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 click again, stop it. That was driving me crazy. Maybe I was the only one hearing it. He was like, click, 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 click.
Oh no, I heard it.
Just stop it. So, I know you guys would be like, you didn't even know a person walked into your garage. Correct. Because I was in my garage. However, and it was an odd thing and an odd day, because normally my garage door would have been closed. So when I close my door and I generally am watching to make sure nobody tries to sneak under my garage, which would raise my door back up anyway. Anywho, if I knew somebody did not like me to the extent that she did not like Tracy Mondabough, and I knew what she drove, and I even saw any car that resembled that car around me, I would have noticed it. I would have been paying attention.
Absolutely.
Especially like when she drives, and I'm not victim blaming, please don't think that. Like, I'm not. When she drove out of after having dinner with Nick, and then she's leaving the parking lot, how do you not notice her then? Like, that car, like, that should have just, that car sitting there, you should have just looked, be like, oh my gosh, is that her? Just pay attention. Like, that would have caught my attention, and I know it sounds bad, I'm not blaming her, but there were so many times that I wish she just would have noticed. I don't know what she was doing. Maybe she was smoking. I have no idea, because apparently that's the devil. I don't know. This woman's mind, you're the devil if you smoke in the truck that she quit smoking to buy. Like, whatever. See, what had happened was he trained himself with one of those dog clickers. I actually have one of those, but it was a PowerPoint clicker instead. Yeah, he failed. You're not locked in mine.
Yeah, he just gets a quick shock every time she drives by. She's like, click, 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 click. He's like, I'm fine, I'm fine. She implanted a chip in me. Jesus.
He's going to think he did great when he gets a conviction on a woman who admitted to almost everything. Yes. Here's the real question. Was the individual she allegedly unalived worse than Dan? If so, innocent. I'm worse than Dan.
You know what? Facts.
Thank you. And we don't know anything about her other than she was stuck in her truck in her seatbelt, and this woman tried to say that it was self-defense. Do you know? Oh, whoever. So when I'm driving home from Bloomington Friday, I know you don't know the distance here, but let's say I'm just going to say it's 10 miles. It may not be quite that far. I get behind this car in the neighboring town. I follow that car all the way to my driveway. And I am sure, and we made a lot of turns because I was going home. And they were not from here. And they were probably like, I think she's following us. Yeah, I am. Just get out of my way. I'm just going to my house. Thank you. But I thought about this, like, I would be thinking, why are you following me? I'm just like, I don't know. I was laughing because it wasn't funny probably for them, but I'm just like, I'm just going home. We're just now getting those roundabouts, which I loathe them in some places, but I'm okay with them in others. But they like to make them so tiny. Yeah, she only unalived her once. Let's have mercy. Okay. Yeah, well, there wasn't anywhere for me to go around them. And I didn't need to. They were going fast enough. I was just thinking about, like, okay, well, don't pull over and ask me what I want. I just want to go home. And I don't know where you're going, so. Because if you pull over, I'm going around you. I'm not going to stop and see what you want. I'm not that dumb. I just look like it. You have big ones with dual carriageways and some with 3 lanes. We have some with, I think, 2 lanes, but that's because one generally peels off of it. And then, so it's really only 1 lane all the way around. Maybe. We might have one that is 2. I don't know. I have no idea. I just try to learn to get through them. So, I have a question for you guys. And Gabby.
Yes.
So Cheyenne is going to be on June 23rd, Tuesday, week from tomorrow. Mm-hmm. We were trying to think of a way to have people, if they wanted to submit questions anonymously, to be able to do that. I was thinking, my first thought was Discord, but not everybody wants to.
Send me Discord, and it could be. I don't have to tell who it is. I'll just write it down.
Right, but if they're not in Discord.
Yeah.
And they may not want to be in Discord, because then I thought, well, they could just send me an email. But they may not want to send me an email because they don't want their email address, even though I don't want their email. Like, I don't care what your email address is.
Email.
Like, I don't want it. I just, if you want the question asked, and then we could do it that way and make a list. If you guys have any other ideas, I don't have social media, I know, but I don't, and I'm not getting it, so.
I do, and someone already has stalked me from Discord, so I'm not giving my social media out. They just found me, and that's not cool, bro.
Yeah, that's not good. So, I don't know if you guys have any ideas. Let me know.
If you are in Discord, you want a question read, send me a private message in Discord, and just say, I want this to be private. I will not mention your name, but I'll write your question down.
And so, everybody's still welcome to ask their questions.
Right.
I'm not doing a members stream. We're just going to do a normal one. So that way, like I told Gabby, invite her friends that were sending her questions last time. Maybe they can still send her the questions. She can ask them, but they can be watching to get the answers. I don't know. That part I haven't got ironed out yet. So just thought I would throw it out there, see if anybody has any suggestions. I'm happy with the send them in Discord to Gabby, if you're comfortable with that. Other than that, I don't know. So.
Yeah, Snipe, if you send me pictures of your private, I'm going to have an issue. All right?
A private about your privates.
Good Lord.
No. If you want your messages to go completely unread and sit there for at least 3 months, message me in Discord, says Carmen. I promise the above. And you have no idea. That's very true.
Yeah.
She speaks the truth. She speaks the truth. Carmen, I've given Rue sympathy for the testimony that she probably heard with her giant satellite ears last week of the defendant. Because when I said shrieking, it was up there. Harry even went back upstairs. She was like, yeah, bye. I said Rue was up there crying with her little paws over her big ears. She's like, I'm glad I don't go down there. That place is scary. You won't do that again. Snipe, you bad boy. All right, well, tomorrow we'll do the defense closing. Let me check, because I'm really curious who's doing it. Okay. Oh, we do get to hear from Side-Eye. He's doing rebuttal. Yay! We haven't heard from him at all.
It's me, not Jessica. I'm in here.
Okay, so defense looks to be from the dude that's been over there asking most of the questions. The dude.
Nice. Great movie.
Hey, The Big Lebowski. I know what you're talking about.
Yep, you know.
So
Carmen's probably like, who's the Big Lebowski?
if Carmen ever talked like that, I would send her back. I don't know to where, but I'd be like, that's not mine.
And everyone would be like, yeah, she is. She's totally Valley Girl.
Yeah, I'd be like, no. No. She's
Carmen would be like, get on the floor.
yeah. Is it him?
Who's him? Is that like Tim? Like Little Timmy? Like Timmy? Like Little Tim? Like what? What's his name? Tiny Tim. That's what
Tiny
his name
Tim. Tim Tiny.
I was like him.
That's
Tim.
his...
Tiny Tim. Tiny
Tim Tiny. That was his cousin.
Tiny Tim. Him. That's what I said earlier. I was like, oh my god, my eye blinkers. Why are they messing up? I was like, what the heck is an eye blinker? I was like, my blinkers, my eye blinkers. I mean, my eyelids. God dang it.
Oh, the one that says that at the end of her sentences. It is not her, which I'm glad, because I'm sorry. Those were like just, they had a rhythm to them. And I'm like, these are going to lull me to sleep. Tiny Timbit.
Exactly. What's his name? Tiny Tim.
Tiny and Tiny Timbit. And Tiny Tim.
Tiny Timbit.
Oh my gosh, I just had the funniest thought of someone giving those really serious police orders, but in Valley Girl accent. I said freeze, police. Stop. I'm gonna tase you.
Yeah. Ohio police. Stop, sir. Flips hair.
Oh my gosh, stop it. Right now. Don't make me tase you, bro.
Right now. Oh my god, he made me break a nail, Barbara. Jesus.
Get in the car. Gross. Oh my gosh, like put your hands up. Put them up in the air.
Bend your knees. Lower. I can't believe he doesn't understand me, Barbara.
Barbara.
I don't know who Barbara is. I just made it up. I feel like that's a Valley Girl name. I don't know.
Her opening statement was hard to listen to. It was. But then she lulled me in with that, because it just was right there.
Yep.
But not when she was questioning the defendant. Was no insight.
Yep. Not one. Not one.
Man, you know how many times my guardian angel has probably tried to give me back just to talking to God like, nope, give me someone else. Literally anyone else. And now my mom. Sheesh.
My guardian angel is probably my dad, and he's just like, bitch, you crazy. Who raised you? And I was like, not you, mother buffer. You know what I mean? This is what you get. This is what you get.
Get on the ground, bitches. Yes, girl.
Yes, girl, slay. You did that like a queen. Get it.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Becky, look at that short man. Get him in the car. Get him to it. Get me with the spoon. Oh, whoever, I'm sure she got the most experienced guardian angel too.
Hey, I was like living out her own fantasy in that sentence. She's like, yes, daddy, gag me with a spoon. Yes.
Just imagine what you haven't gotten bit by because of your guardian angel, Carmen. That is a scary, scary thought.
That's a scary, scary fact right there. I mean,
thank God. Yeah, that is bad.
Thank God you didn't say spork.
Spork. I have a feeling if Carmen's guardian angel wasn't around, there'd be lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my. To be like, I lost this limb to the grizzly, and I lost this one to the tiger, and I lost my leg to the gators.
Carmen would be the next Netflix documentary, and she'd be like more popular than Tiger King, and she'd be like, I don't know how I'm gonna financially recover from this. She'd had like, one arm and one leg.
They'd be on opposite sides. She's like, I spin cartwheels when I walk.
Yeah, Carmen's like, I'm now Peggy the Pirate.
Yes, my name used to be Carmen, but now it's Bob.
Super King.
Spider King.
Oh, Spider King. My bad. Dyslexia.
Can someone put my vape between my toes? Ew. No. That's what I would tell her. Nope. She'd have to change her name to Eileen and get a job at IHOP. Yeah, don't be Tiger King. He's in prison. And also, don't be that weird lady. With the cool cats and kittens. Carol. Carol? What's her name?
Carol Baskins.
Baskins? Yeah, don't be her either. Gross.
I'm Carol Baskins.
Innocent. I don't know.
Innocent.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay, well, we did it. We have.
Did we?
We did some of it. We did some of it, not all of it. But we're getting there. We're getting there. We have, hopefully the defense closing is better. Don't worry, prosecution's rebuttal is only 24 minutes.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. Drinking Natty Light and bleached hair. Yeah.
I don't like Natty either. I don't think anyone really likes Natty.
Yeah, it's because it's cheap.
Yeah.
Cheap equals a bad hangover, but whatever. Anywho's. All right, guys. Grandma's doing a members only stream at 9.
Yep, members only. Me, Carmen, Grandma. I think Guava Ball's coming in. Ash might stop by. It's going to be fun, hilarious, and, go become a member. Pretty sure she has the same prices as AJ, so you can be a member for 99 cents. And, watch us make fools of ourselves.
Hi.
Basically free,
Hi, I'm Carmen, and welcome to Jackass. My guardian angel. For the love of God, come on.
Dude, I know. That's what my dad's saying.
Oh, Carmen, the reason Gabby and I were laughing so hard because you answered in Spanish is because...
That was so funny.
Your dad got freaking a jury questionnaire that he has to fill out, freaking jury duty. That's what I wanted. And he got it. And they said today that it said, do you read and understand English? And they said he should answer in Spanish.
And then
you answered in Spanish.
You literally said in chat, "See," and I was like, "Mother effer, how did you know?" That was funny.
I was like, Snipe, I was looking at that going, wait, Ham says the bear refreshing? I remember those commercials. I always thought it was beer. But then you corrected yourself, and now I can sleep. I can sleep well, knowing Ham's the beer refreshing. Ham's the beer refreshing.
Oh my God.
Hams. Your guardian angel is probably saying, who has that happen? Or it might be saying, whatever, whoever. We don't know.
Probably.
can't make it, but I hope you guys and Grandma have a great stream. Me too.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Look, Carmen learning Spanish down there in Texas. Weird.
I want to hear her say that in real life because it's gonna be hilarious.
She says it's only 99 cents. You paid more for your late night talks. And Haley said, I told you that in confidence, Carmen.
Oh my God.
$5, she picks it up. Carmen's angel, probably.
Yo, Carmen's guardian angel is just up there making bets on her right now. She's like, I've given up. Y'all want to make bets on this? Is she gonna touch it or not touch it?
Oh, she's gonna touch it. Everybody takes that bet.
Gonna touch it.
She's gonna touch it.
She's gonna touch it.
Have a good night, Bad Dazzer. Oh my gosh.
Bad Dazzer.
Yeah, there is not the bet of she's not gonna touch it. Nope. I was gonna say I can think of things she's not gonna touch, but I can't say them here. So use your imagination if you dare.
She's definitely not gonna touch a penis.
That's what it was. Thank you.
She's definitely not gonna touch her wrinkly balls. I'll tell you that much.
That's what it was. That's what I was thinking. Okay, Gabby can read my mind. Now I'm scared.
I can.
A false widow? What is a false widow?
A person
Tyler?
who pretends that their spouse died? False widow? Like, what is happening?
My husband died. He's standing right beside you. Don't call me a false widow.
Your card did say there was someone beside you.
Yeah, and there was. As I assume a false widow is like a black widow over here. It's just false. Are you poisonous? False. No. I'm a false widow.
You look up and your husband's mooning you.
I would
what the hell?
I would honk the horn then.
I would have played that song. I fell in love with a stripper.
Yeah, he would have been like, what are you doing? Don't worry about it. I have to tell you, then I'll let you guys go. I think it was Thursday. Wednesday or Thursday. I don't know. It was I had to, whatever day it was, I didn't see you guys again, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, I go to my little town. And I'm going to the grocery store, and in my little, it's morning, so it's pretty early, and so the parking lot's pretty empty, and there's a guy sitting in his golf cart, and I was just kind of laughing to myself, like, I freaking love small towns, because, like, you just drive around your golf cart, it's fine. They've actually legalized it. It's no big deal. So I get out, and I have to walk by him, and this other car comes around the corner because it has to get into this one handicap space when there's like 5 of them open. The parking lot is nearly empty. Almost takes me out. And this guy starts talking to me. And I can only assume what he is saying. Because I'm like, are you, in my mind, going, do you have subtitles? Closed captions, something. I could not understand a word this man said to me. I told my husband, it was like he's from the bayou, like deep in the bayou. And I'm
a guy on a golf cart.
Yes, he was.
Golf cart almost took you out.
No, the car that came around the corner to get to the handicap spot, because there wasn't 6 more open, and he was like, I assumed he was telling me that you got to watch out for people because she almost hit me, or it was a woman, of course. Just kidding. I was just beating you guys to the punch. And I was like, yeah, you just got to watch out for drivers. Well, then he starts telling me these other stories about people driving on sidewalks or something, I don't know, and hitting people, and I cannot understand him at all. Like, I am just going, I'm trying really hard. Dude, like, I think you have teeth. Like, that's what I thought he didn't have, was teeth. And that's why I couldn't understand him. I could not understand him at all.
Did you ask him if this was like a dream he had?
No, because I was just kind of pretending like, I am trying, yeah, you gotta watch out. Crazy drivers, you always gotta be looking around, like, and then I was just like, you have a good day, sir. And, okay. He was not from Hong Kong. He was from, I think, just right around here. But, I've just been laughing.
You know what's funny about that is that sometimes when you can't understand people, you're just like, yeah, oh, wow, yeah, awesome. Okay,
and I'm thinking, he might be telling me
you're being a great guy, great person, but then you like leave, and they look at you even more strange, and they're like, I just told them like half my family died in Korea or something, and you have no idea what the heck they just said.
Yeah, I figured he was like, he could have been going, as soon as you step in front of my golf cart, I'm going to take you out.
Mm-hmm.
I would, good. You got to watch out, crazy drivers.
Oh my God, you're so amazing. Like, I love how you're just like riding this around. You're amazing. He's like, I'm going to remember when Bobby Boucher
That's what it was like.
And
I was like,
Bobby Boucher did.
It was just like that. I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel horrible. I just can't understand you.
Terrible.
Squid and I have been grifting in her stream for it today. So Flash Fan is doing... Flash did not tell me that we are going to have pole dancing to raise money for him to buy a laptop so he can stream. Huh.
Oh.
Well, he didn't tell me.
I'll message Squid.
Squid and I have been grifting in her stream for it today. Not the pole dancing, though. Oh, well, that makes
I figured. I read between the lines, Heidel. I know what it's really for.
It might have just been a fundraiser, and I assumed more. Oh.
Yeah, Snipe, it's because you keep sitting on metal chairs with your bare balls. They're getting stuck, and now they're just stuck to the metal chair. Poor guy. That's what happens, when you wear nothing. Sit on the chair.
I'll phone would have...
Squid to ask her about if there's a GoFundMe or something.
Okay. My phone would have said, I have no idea. Fundraiser, not fundraiser.
I love Haley. She's like, fundraiser, not fun raiser. Like, I could see her typing that and like shaking her head when she said, not fun raiser.
People can pay me to not show off. He has a channel. He has streamed on YouTube before. He has a channel.
Yes, he has. He does have one.
Do you still have it? You can put the link up if you can find it. It's like taking a diction lesson from a Cajun. I have no idea what they said, but I'm gonna trust them. That's kind of what I was. I'm like, I don't think you're gonna run me over because you just thought she was gonna run me over. And then the lady gets out of her car, and I'm sure she knew he was talking about her almost running me over. And then I followed her into the store. I'm like, please don't turn around, lady. It's not that big of a deal.
I know. I know, Heidel. He does. He uses an iPad.
Yeah, he did. I think it's been a couple years now. He did a couple of streams.
He did.
On his channel. And he did a good job.
He did do a good job.
And you get to see what Flash Fan looks like.
Yeah. Flash Fan's very handsome.
Yeah.
But the thing with Flashfan is he's such a good researcher. He knows so much about so many different cases all at once. You know what I mean? Like, he knows about all the newest cases are coming up. He reads. A couple of years ago, we used to sit in Discord, just me and him in the chat in Discord, and he would read me, documents upon documents of stuff that he was getting into. So I'd be doing dishes and listening to him read about these cases, all this stuff. I mean, he does his research. He's an amazing researcher. He knows a lot.
Yeah, which I'll have to do a stream on it. He sent me the Vander Ark. The judge finally released his ruling.
Oh, good.
So I haven't looked at it yet, but I'll have to do just a stream just on that, just so I can wrap that up in a bow and send that bish off.
Oh, yeah.
Bye-bye now. Bye. Don't come back. Don't appeal. It's over.
No, she gonna come back, and then she's gonna pretend she's sick. She can't go to court. She's gonna waste every time again. Good Lord.
Yeah, this is just ridiculous.
Idle. Don't ever hush about Flashfan. He's probably just out. He just probably found a chocolate cake or something and is not here now. He's like, I'm gonna go eat, and I was like, okay, Flashfan. He never came back. They probably had ice cream cake or something. He's like super excited about it.
Carmen. No. You can drive if you're in a wheelchair. They can adjust they can put the pedals
Carmen.
up on the steering wheel. I mean, you need therapy. I will agree with the last line. The last sentence there. The last little 3 words.
Chocolate cake will get him back.
Get him back, yeah. But jeez. All right. On Carmen's note, I'm gonna end this. Grandma's 9 o'clock.
All right.
Be there. Have a great
9 o'clock.
time. Behave yourselves.
No, you don't have to. We're adults in this. It's members only. No kids allowed.
I didn't read the hit and run part. Oh my gosh. She ran
What did she hit?
because she killed somebody. She ran because all the stuff
How
is on
could
her
she
steering
run?
wheel.
She was in a wheelchair.
You two, stop it.
No, that's a legitimate question. What is happening right now?
Because she was in her car. What do you mean? How did she run? How did she hit
in her
somebody?
car. I don't know. Carmen said she ran. I was like, how'd she run if she was in a wheelchair?
That's what she said. Well, how'd she run? She's being a smart aleck.
Gotcha. Oh, so she just roped me into that. It was a trap.
She did, and you just walked right in.
I did. I walked right through that dang door. Carmen, I'm going to get you back in Grandma's house. You better watch your back, girl. Watch your back.
You guys. Also, tell Mr. Gabby happy birthday. I hope he catches lots of fish.
I will. I'm sure he is. He's out there right now, just slanging the old fishing rod out there.
Carmen.
Hit and roll.
I can't.
Hitting wheels. Hit and slide. Not hit and run. I mean, hit and roll would be kind of appropriate. Yeah. Hit and run, Carmen. You just, good Lord. Hey, thanks, Idol. I'll let him know.
I can't with you, Carmen. Behave at Grandma's, Carmen.
Yeah, she won't.
If she puts you in timeout, that's just the way it is. Don't tell me about
Grandma
it. Don't
would
cry
never
to me
do
about
that.
it.
Sometimes we gotta put Grandma on timeout. Are you kidding me?
Well, I can see that. I can see it, but I will just back Grandma if you get put in timeout. That's all I'm saying.
Thanks, guys. I'll let them know you guys said that. He'll appreciate that.
Also, I saw a guy with a handlebar mustache, and I was like, you look ridiculous. There's only one person that can pull that off that I know, so you should go shave that.
It's like, what are you, a 40s boxer? Okay, bro.
It's one of the people involved in that Bricks and Minifigs Lego thing. I was like, go shave that. Get that off your face. You
so
look
funny.
silly. There's that guardian
Okay.
angel trying to get me back again. I can feel it. Okay, bye. And on that note, okay, bye. See you guys all tomorrow. Have a great rest of your evening.
Hot mannequin love is kinda uncanny. Click, like, subscribe, ooh, piece of candy. Looking for my spotlight, chasing my vibe. Still looking for my credibility online. Ooh, hot mannequin love, candy on the floor, don't pick it up. Chasing all the clicks, chasing all the views. Credibility's hiding, but I'm bringing you the news. Every little scroll is a mystery, but you stuck around, watch the show with me. Laughs and chaos, that's how we roll. Drop a comment down below before you go. Every little scroll is a mystery, but you stuck around, watch the show with me. Laughs and chaos, that's how we roll. Drop a comment down below before you go.